So we all found out about your departure in June when Andrew Marchand of the New York Post reported that you were leaving FAN to focus on your FS1 show. But when did you make that decision?
I mean, not much before that. I took the better part of 9 months without a contract trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I just, very, very lucky that both WFAN and Fox were respectful of that it wasn't an easy, oh, it's a TV offer, I'm leaving, or, oh, I'm staying at the Fan. It was a difficult decision and had much more to do with just quality of life.
Right.
And the ability to be home and with my kids and all that stuff than it did anything else. And it wasn't the easiest decision because, at FAN, I treat that like hallowed ground. Afternoon drive, WFAN, because you have a connection to the radio station, obviously going back about a decade now. So it wasn't like, oh, here comes the shiny new toy, I'm going to go for it. It took me the better part of 9 months to figure out what was ultimately best, not for me, but really for my family.
So when you signed on to do the Carton Show last year, so that was TV from 7 to 9:30 in the morning, and then you were doing radio from 2 to 6 on FAN. Did you think that you were going to be able to maintain that schedule, or did you know from the start that something was going to have to give?
No, I think you go into those things thinking, at least, I can do both. I'll figure it out. Like, I'm not a big sleep guy anyway. So it wasn't like I went from getting 8 hours of sleep a night to, oh my God, I'm only getting 2. But over the course of time, I think I had to give a little bit on both jobs where I couldn't do both jobs the way I wanted to, whether that meant, staying awake for a Yankee game, making sure I watched everything I had to watch to be true to FAN and the FAN audience. And then if I'm doing that, I'm not getting the sleep I need to be wide awake, to do the national show on FS1. So while I think physically I could have done both for a very long time, I think emotionally, mentally, and again, I'll go back to family, it just, it wasn't going to work because both audiences, deserve you at your best. And both companies deserve you at your best. And that played a role in the decision.